Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
quick question. What do you think that you could be in possession of that would warrant a $10 million bounty on your head?
Oh my God. Maybe the nuclear football.
Okay, well, we'll see exactly what it is that is causing all the villains in the world to go after the Secret Six.
Okay.
Frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff. In this week's issue,
Secret Six.
Welcome into another episode of Bros, Foes, and Heroes. As I surprise Mr. Mike there, who joins me. I'm Zach. That's Mike. We are a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. Wait, no, sometimes twice a week. Bi-weekly would be every other. I mean, we've done that before too. But anyway, a comic book podcast where we present to you each week a new comic book character, storyline, just something fun from the world of comics. We've been focusing on female created works this month of March, since it is Women's History Month, and it allows us to, make sure that we give love everywhere instead of just falling down the rabbit holes we do. Although I have noticed over the past couple months, and I mean, maybe I've noticed longer than that, we do a lot more DC stuff than anything else. And I think some of that is probably because of me,
I
is
think
that
it's you.
I'm more of a DC fan,
Like
but
DC stuff. Yeah. But I'm totally cool with it too. So I'm all good. Hey,
we
by the way,
will.
I just want to mention that calls and letters are still coming in for the player who went down earlier today on the field. We'll give you some information as soon as we have it.
Good.
So
Good.
I am stuck in kind of a temporary studio here. All of the internet at my house went down, and
Mhm.
then we don't really have the same studio setup we used to.
No, we don't.
So I walked into this thing, and there's a headset here, and that was the only way I could hear you. So here I am.
I get it. Well, I had to. You got to see me in that earlier this week because we had a video meeting that we had to be a part of, and that's the only microphone in there. So I had to sit with a headset on during the video meeting, like I was gonna.
It does make you feel like you're going to go over old clips of John Madden winning the
Oh,
Super
for
Bowl.
sure. It does. Now, as you see, that edge rusher, he kind of came in and he shimmied him, bam, and he just got up, that kind of.
It's
I
got
miss
6 legs, not 4.
I miss the tough acting to acting commercials more than anything, oddly enough. Just that bam, tough acting to acting. Yeah. R.I.P. John Madden.
There used to be a ton of foot fungus ads on TV.
There were,
Or a
and
lot
it
of
was like the one. Did we cure it? I haven't seen one in a while.
There was a lot of it. I don't know. I don't think we cured it. I think we were just okay with it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it
Well,
became a kink. Like somebody out there is
foot
just
fungus,
yeah,
really into foot fungus.
all right.
So we're gonna go a little out of order. I don't know how else to transition into our story today, so I'm just gonna go in there. We're gonna go a little bit out.
Throw towards the finish line.
There you go. A little out of order today. We are still going to get to Kelly Sue DeConnick's work later in this week. I have it prepared. Mike can look down below that we're there to talk about it.
There it is.
But I also I read enough for us to potentially, hopefully, have 2 shows this week. And so I like to read the thing that is most freshest. And I read this last night. So that is why we're going to start with today's show being about the Secret Six. Now we are focusing on a specific version or story here. So originally, Gail Simone was a creator that I wanted to cover during this month for sure. She is a staple in the comics industry, I would feel, and I feel like there's just so many great titles that she's written. I debated reading or going over her Birds of Prey run, which a lot of people love, which is, Oracle, Black Canary, Huntress. I thought about doing her Wonder Woman stuff that she's written because it's been phenomenal too. She was who wrote Batgirl for the relaunch of the New 52. She even has a Wonder Woman and Conan book that she wrote. She's
Really?
written a lot of Red Sonja, and stuff like that too. But I finally had a moment, Mike. We've had these sometimes, and we have them from time to time, where I sit there and I think, and I realize, hey, this is my podcast or our podcast. Like I can cover whatever I want to. And I have absolutely been wanting to read her Secret Six run for a long time. It's
How
the
old
one thing. This is the part that we're working on right now is 2008. Now, the first parts of this story kind of originate. There was a story called Villains United, and then there was like a Villains United crisis, or one of the crisis they had like a tie-in to, and then there was even another like 6-issue just short run for Secret Six. As you can see, this is volume 3 that we're going into, so this is like the third series of theirs that they've gone out. But
unless that's Deadshot down there at the bottom, I have no idea who any of these people are.
it is Deadshot.
Okay,
so you at least know one. What I want to do, and I'm going to leave this up real quick so I can just talk about Gail Simone as a writer for just a brief second. So she is somebody who not only just being a phenomenal writer, but has just kind of called out, I don't know how else to put this for lack of a better term, but then called out the comic industry there in the late 90s. She had a website of her own called Girl in the Refrigerator.
okay.
Now, why it was called that is because it's named after, and she would bring up on this website just the very tired and just commonly used trope in comic books of the, murder and abuse and just all these terrible things that would happen to the female characters just to further the male storyline. Like, her whole point was like, and she named it Girl in the Refrigerator because it was it was a Green Lantern of all things comic that the name comes from, where Kyle Rayner's girlfriend, when he comes home one day, he finds that the big bad that he's facing has killed her and stuffed her in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Like, he finds her. So that's where the name of the website comes from, of Girl in the Refrigerator. But it is something that has happened a lot in comics. I mean, a lot of times. Huh?
That was one she worked on?
She worked on that web. Well, no. She didn't work on the comics. She worked on the website. Like, that was one of her first forays into comics, was like writing.
The inference from
Exactly. And being like, hey, this is all, for lack of a better term, these are where all these comic book writers are lazy. And instead of actually developing characters, they're just
Well,
which, I mean,
comics in general have been accused of being lazy over the years, and it doesn't have to be necessarily all superhero stuff. Because
that's true too.
Even Disney, when you look back, they reuse cells, they reuse this, they did that, all that kind of stuff. And now they don't necessarily have to do any of that anymore, because they could do first frame, last frame, and that kind of stuff. But I mean, I think it was the vast undertaking that something like this used to be, in addition to let's get out more and more and more and more and more.
It is. No, for sure. But I think that she also, at least in her first little like foray into the world of comics journalism, because she was able to take that website and spin it into like writing a column for like, for a comic, I think it was another comics website and stuff. Like, she worked in covering comics and stuff like that before she actually wrote. And then she got her first chance to write. And I think you're going to appreciate this, Mike. She wrote Simpsons comics.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. She is incredibly funny. I will tell you, I made sure we're going to cover the first 3 issues of this.
Yeah.
I had a moment, and I feel like it doesn't necessarily always happen to me in comics, but I smiled real big, and I had a nice little, like, I chuckled reading it.
Really?
Like, it was a legit chuckle. Like, I'm not saying that but I mean, like, there are really good moments of comedy to me, like, in this story. Like, I picked this, and I'm glad I picked this, because I think it showcases just how great her work is, of being able to blend everything in, of where she can develop characters, but she can also add humor, and she can also add basically she can build this world. I do know too, just talking facts about her, that she grew up, I'm pretty sure, in like Washington State, maybe it was Oregon. Yes, that is Miss Gail Simone.
Gotcha.
I could see in your thing. I'm pretty sure it was Oregon. I wanted to say Washington, but I'm pretty sure it's Oregon. But she grew up kind of out away from all these bookstores and stuff, like out in the country, kind of. So she didn't really like have a lot of like things, or like comic book shops and stuff like that. But she would find like Wonder Woman comics at garage sales and absolutely love, and Wonder Woman, or like Batgirl on the Adam West shows and the reruns, like, hey, here's this redhead, girl who kicks ass and doesn't take crap, like, that kind of stuff, and kind of falls in love with that. I found out a quote from her that I found just very interesting, that also kind of shows you how comics work. She said herself, it wasn't until her third like DC exclusive deal where she finally quit working at so she went to school. I'm pretty sure she went for writing, didn't do anything, ended up starting like a hair salon, and like ran a hair salon. It wasn't until she said her third consecutive, like her third exclusive contract with DC, where she was finally like, okay, I guess I can finally quit what I'm doing and focus just on comic book writing.
That's
but like
correct.
that, it is, but like that's just to show you like how comics work. Like you never know and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true.
So the story we're covering today is the Gail Simone story that I've wanted to read for a long time, and I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed this. This was one of them, Mike, where I was like, I knew what part of it was, and I wanted to read far enough to where we got to that in the story to be able to tell you about it,
Right.
like a little hook to get you in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped and I just kept reading because it was just, I enjoyed it so much. So we are going to focus on issues 1 through 3 of the Secret Six, or Secret Six Volume 3. The cover dates for these are November 2008 through January of 2009. That's when issue 3 came out. So we're looking at, what is that, 17 years ago at least? So it's been a little bit, but writer is Gail Simone, penciler Nicola Scott, inker Doug Hazelwood, colorist is Jason Wright, and my letterer. Hold on, let me get rid of this. There we go. Letterer is Steve Wands. I just want to make sure that I give credit to everybody that deserves the credit there for us. And to answer your question about the people on the cover, there's some of them. Sorry, I'm replying to a text that I got. There's
I sent Gail Simone a message.
So you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, she's fantastic.
On like Instagram and stuff. So I mean, I just asked her if she'd be available for a short interview while we feature female comic book artists / writers.
There we go, and we can do that.
Send her a picture of this so she knows we're being serious about
it. Well, that's nice. All right, I appreciate that. We'll see.
It's no big deal, and it's no reason to not like her or anything. I mean, it's just she's busy.
No, exactly. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. So
Scott, yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's dive into. And I have all the issues here for us to go over, but I'm not going to, like, I know sometimes with the older ones, like I read more to kind of, I don't need to. I want it to be able to just to tell you the story and you can have and look at this.
Okay.
Or like something to enjoy for the people who are watching along too. But let's go ahead and add in our first issue here. Let's take 2. There we go. Secret Six, issue 1 here, which was the first issue of November 2008. So on the cover there, the guy on the right,
Catman.
It is Catman.
Okay.
So then you have Deadshot right there with the smoke from his gun that kind of, spirals out. The woman on the far left, I'm going to have to explain a little bit to you. I don't think you know this. That is Scandal Savage.
Okay.
Vandal Savage is a big DC bad, he's immortal kind of in a way.
Okay.
And he's one of the big, he's like a big bad villain. She is essentially kind of like his bastard daughter. If you'll notice, and then the guy in the center there,
is it bastard?
I think so. I don't know.
You don't say bastardette?
I don't know. I thought it was like it worked across all genders.
But I'm not so sure about that.
And then that's Ragdoll that's there in the center. And he is very he's triple jointed and very flexible and
his hands up there and all that.
Hence the name Ragdoll too.
So I bet he's pretty freaking creepy when he starts ambling towards you.
He is, and he's also kind of the comic relief of the group. You'll find out too.
Yeah, he looks hilarious.
So another thing that to kind of give some backstory, because obviously we've had some story happen before we've gotten here, just to explain a little things that might pop up, or maybe I'll just wait till we do. I guess I don't need to give you, but before, in the adventures before, Scandal's girlfriend was the villain Knockout, and she has been killed. So that's heavy with her. She just lost obviously a significant other in a way. So that's something heavy that's sitting with her there. Catman, something has happened. He's been on this wild kind of something's different with him too. We see kind of flashbacks there as well. I'm trying to think of the only other thing that you might need to know about before we dive in, but I don't think so. I think I can answer the other questions. So the Secret Six, I will explain this, is a group of villains. It's villains all together working as a mercenary team.
Okay.
The story spins out of
don't they?
They do. Villains United was like Lex Luthor and his group. It was just all essentially like the villains taking over everything, and there were different little pockets. In this version of the Secret Six, because there was a Secret Six back in the 60s that was just like regular people that did like suicide mission jobs kind of thing, as far as my understanding. I could be wrong. There might be more links here that I don't get. But so they are a group essentially of villains that are mercenaries. So that's kind of what the Secret Six is too. Very Suicide Squad-ish
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to start the story to our big bad. First of all, it's a strip club called the Bear Trap, which I thought was funny. It's there's I can't remember the guy's name, but our two twin kind of thugs here, I think are Trig and Aaron, I think are their names. You see the guy in like the orange suit and the green suit. Well, they're twins, and they're taking this other guy like in through the strip club there to like down underneath the in the belly, kind of there behind everything. Yeah, it's a male strip club, but it's like a front for something else, right?
Yeah, no, I get it. I was just referring to the Bear Trap part.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That might make more sense why it's called the Bear Trap for people. And they take them to just like this box, this empty room.
Okay.
And it just has this box on the ground with like almost like a latch and a lock and a phone next to it with a pad.
Like 7-ish.
Very much so. Or like what was it? Old Boy, where he like climbs out and he's just and the twins put like mask on. And the whole time, like, this guy is coming, he's like, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. And they're like, no. He likes you. He tells us all the time about how much he likes you. Like, doesn't he, Aaron? And Aaron's like, well, I don't know about that. Like, my therapist says not to focus on the bat. Like, there's a lot of humor. Like, I'm skipping some of this just because of like I'm just kind of telling the story as a whole. But I just want to. But yeah, one of them just like, nah, my therapist says we don't need to do that self-talk like that. Like all that now, like negative Nancy talk. He probably just wants to talk to you. And his twin just, and his twin, like I'm paraphrasing, the twin's just like, I swear, if I ever meet your therapist, man, like they're just arguing, it's nice little fun back and forth, but he's obviously so scared about what's happening in the box. And the other two just, one of them lights up and they don't see what's going on. They push him forward and we see talking out of the box and the guy just kind of pleads as he's there. And he's like, where is she?
Guy with the ponytail?
Huh?
Do we know this guy with the ponytail or is he just
he's just setting our story up kind of in a way. We don't know. Yeah. But the box is asking like, do you know who I am? And like the guy's like, yeah, no, everybody knows who you are. Like you controlled the entire West Coast with just a phone and a notepad. Like you don't like to be seen. Money's not an object to you. Like, everybody knows I don't want to be a problem to you, Junior. That's all he calls his Junior. And he's like, where is she? And you just see this voice come out of the box. And he's like, I don't know. Oh, she made me think that she loved me. I didn't know she was going to steal from me. Like, all this kind of stuff. And the guy's just like, well, no, she didn't steal from you. She stole from me and I need it back. Mm-hmm. Where is it? And he's like, and he essentially like puts his hand in and starts pulling him in the box. And he's like, choose now. Somebody's going to die. It's either going to be you. Cause the guy goes, you have like a wife and family. Is it going to be you or them? You or them. And as he's being pulled in, he yells out, them. And the guy goes, say it. Say that you choose them to die. And he yells that as he drags him into the box. And you just hear the voice in the box say, that is the choice everyone makes. And then it's just like a scream from the guy in the box. Right.
Yeah.
We then see
all we saw was just a big black gnarly hand, right?
Just pull in, right? I think it'll come up later, like the Junior, who's our big bad, at least for this. Tells the twins then later of like, think he had wife and kids, or take body parts, clean up, like arrange them in a horrific manner, make sure the kids find them first if possible. Like they have a dog too, kill that as well. Like just like, oh, and he's like, also make sure you leave the tape of where he begged me to kill them instead of him too. Like he just yes, right? You kind of see what kind of bad guy we're dealing with here.
Yeah, the worst.
So we flash in between. So for people who have seen the Suicide Squad movie with Will Smith, that is Floyd Lawton, played by Will Smith. In the comics here, before the movie, the guy on the left with the mustache is I think I called him Phil Lawton. It's isn't it Phil? Dang it. It's something Lawton now.
I don't know. You're the expert here.
I'm not the expert. That's the thing. What's Deadshot's actual name? As I freeze up.
Phil.
It is?
No, I have no idea.
Of course you would.
I'm just the comic
Floyd.
here, man.
Floyd. I knew it was an F.
Floyd Lawton.
Floyd Lawton. So that's who's on the left there. And
Yep.
then Catman or Thomas Blake is on our right.
Oh, Catman's the one with the mustache.
No, Catman doesn't have the mustache. Catman
The other one. The one
Catman has the longer brown hair.
Okay.
They're just driving and talking, and we see him like he has flashbacks to something that happened before, because that's what he tells me. He's like, man, things happen in Africa. We'll get more of that story, and I'll tell more of the background story like when it comes up again.
Mhm.
But they stop somewhere just to grab some ice cream at like a grocery store. And while they're there grabbing ice cream, like Catman's talking to Lawton of like, man, like something's changed. Like he's almost growing a conscience in a way, or like he's questioning what they're doing as mercenaries. And Lawton the whole time is just like, man, come on. Like that's our job, is like, sure, I'm an assassin. I kill somebody 9 out of 10 times. Like, you know, but that's not on me. Like they were bad to begin with, or somebody wouldn't have them, you know, like he's just trying to find like, you know, where it's not on him in all of this of like who's to blame for it. There's like a holdup that happens where some guys break in or are in the store, and they tried to hold up the store there. Oh, that's the part where I was telling you where Junior says that he needs clothes. Like they're
talking to him.
Yeah, he plans the next thing out. He tells them about the body parts and all that. But so like Lot or Deadshot and Catman are just having this talk back and forth the whole time while they like have guns pointed at him, and they're acting just nonchalantly like nothing's going on, because they're, you know, they're cool customers in this. Like one guy's like, another word, and she gets it, and they're like not even paying attention to it. Like Deadshot's just still just talking to Catman. Like, come on, man. Like, I can't believe like you're gonna do this. Did you get the, like, you know, like nothing's there. And eventually, like, as the guy like pushes the gun like further into Deadshot, the back of Deadshot's head, he sits there and he's like, all right, fine. You don't have to respect me, but you're gonna respect the gun, kind of thing. And he like elbows him back and he shoves his head through the glass and he's like, no, here's how you do it. And Deadshot pulls the gun and points it at the cashier, and he's like, see, you make sure that you see that he does this, like, you know. And he's essentially telling them how to hold up like the robbery, or like how to, you know, hold up the store.
He's not a guy
like,
to screw with, especially when there's firearms around.
No, for sure. And he's just like, this is what you do. You just talking around and yelling all, you know, and he's like telling them what they're doing wrong. And then he just kind of drops the gun and he's like, yeah, I'm taking all these too. And he just like scoops up like all the cigarettes from the case that he like slammed the guy's head through.
Yeah.
And they go like to leave. And as they're leaving, like Catman kind of has a second thought, because he's like, we just left like all those skinheads in there still to rob the place, like after we left. And Deadshot's like, yeah, whatever, man. Just go save them. I'll be out in the car waiting. And so he does. Catman goes back in and he just like tears everybody else up. You see him like kind of with his claws go back in and just,
yeah, look at him with claws.
Yeah. And we get kind of cut back to, that's where
his skin?
Huh? No, they're kind of like brass knuckles.
Oh, I see.
They like wears over. I don't know if there's a better picture. You see there? You see how his hand kind of
Yeah. I see how it wraps into his hand, yeah.
Yeah. Back before, we saw where Ragdoll was trying to cheer up Scandal, who is just a drunken mess because she's trying to get over her.
That dude is never gonna cheer me up.
Dead girlfriend. The big guy there is another new member of the Secret Six. You might know him as Bane.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. So the big guy there is Bane. Yep. Huh. So they get back, and the reason they stop by the reason they stopped by the gas station to pick up the ice cream and stuff is because it's Scandal's birthday, and they thought, hey, we'll at least like cheer her up, like out, hey, your girlfriend's dead, but like we'll cheer you up still. Like that's honestly like their thing. They make a giant cake, they get the ice cream, they hire a stripper to like pop out of the cake, and
Happy birthday, what?
Pop it. So that's what Knockout used to call Scandal. So that's the thing, is they have hired a stripper dressed like her dead girlfriend.
Good God.
Yeah, because there's a part, I wanted to try to find it, whereas they're helping her out, and they're like, yeah, ooh, and like, Deadshot goes, well, it's, where is it at? Oh, Bane goes, this does not seem morally defensible. And then Deadshot goes, Yeah, I was just thinking that as they like help her out of the cave. But they're just like trying to, because they got a mission to do. They're trying to snap her out of whatever funk she's in.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I don't know this fully, so maybe somebody who understands this a bit more can help me. But it did seem at times that Knockout would actually talk to Scandal through different people.
Okay.
So like there's like this talk of where it could be her for a moment, and she has this realization like she's looking at her, and then it snaps back and she realizes it's not really her. Now, I don't know if these things were in her head of like she was, that could be. And so the dancer starts, dancing and kind of like, trying to grind on Scandal a little bit, who has this realization then of like, no, you're not her. Like, I need to focus on the job. And she's like, that's what she's like, I can't. All right, come on, guys. We have a mission starting tomorrow. Like, we don't need to do this. Let's just get out of here. And that's where like, she's going to kill us for this. And like, no, Catman goes, she's not going to kill me. I at least brought ice cream. Like that's his defense.
Like a daredevil look to him.
He does kind of, but so they go to their meeting room to go over then the mission that they have at hand. Now the mission is there's a Alcatraz type prison in San Francisco that holds nothing but metahumans. Okay. One of them is Tarantula, who I'm pretty sure is a Batman bad guy. I could be wrong. We don't need to know.
Tarantula.
We don't need to know too much about Tarantula and like her powers here for this story, but she's in possession of something that some unnamed person in Gotham really wants. And they're paying a hefty fee for the Six to go break her out of this Alcatraz prison, just deliver her to him safely, and then just call it good. But so they have like this, we got to break her out of jail. We'll drive her across country, drop her off, and then we get paid, and it's going to be good money. Okay. So that's what they know. Well, while Scandal is going over this plan with everybody, Catman gets a call on his cell phone. He's like, hold on, I got to take this. And it's Huntress. We haven't talked about Huntress a whole lot, but she was one of the birds of prey. She also usually stays in Gotham. I think at one point in time she was Helena Bertinelli. She's the daughter of one of the
Valerie Bertinelli.
mob. No, not Valerie Bertinelli. Dang it. I think I did. No. What is her last name now, Mike? I am losing it. Huh?
Helena Bonham Carter?
Yeah, it's not Helena Bonham Carter. No.
Try to all
Huntress's name is I don't know what Huntress's name is. It is Helena Bertinelli. I was right about that. Okay.
The best parts of Helena Bonham Carter and Valerie Bertinelli.
Exactly. Merged together in villain form.
Great taste. But tastes great together.
But so she fights crime usually in Gotham, and she's calling Catman to tell him like, hey, don't go rescue Tarantula. This is going to be bad news for you guys.
Yeah.
Like she's familiar with him. They have a history.
Okay.
And she goes, I shouldn't be telling you this, but like, you cannot take this job. Okay. You have to understand. And that's where Catman's like, well, how do you even know? And she's like, look, just cancel it and back out. Like, that's going to be the safest for all you guys. And we'll just,
somebody like that tells me something like that, I'm done.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, but he's just like, come on, like what the hell are apparently what the guy wants is a card that she's stolen.
Okay.
It's about the size of a playing card. That's all we know. Okay. And that's where he's just like, come on, like, what is this? Like a stolen card? Like, and then Huntress tells him, and I asked you at the beginning of this episode, Huntress tells him there's a bounty on each one of your heads. $10 million a piece. That should show you how serious this is. Like, not for the whole group, 10 million a piece. Like, somebody wants to make sure y'all don't make it there. Oh, and also, I'm not the only one who knows about this. The Bat knows too. And like, he's telling you guys, stay out of this.
Wow.
And they just kind of hang up. And Batman just tells her that like a bloodbath is coming. Hopefully they listen to you, and we don't know necessarily what it is until we get into issue 2 here, which was nice
with Batman.
Huh?
That was a cool panel with Batman.
Oh, absolutely.
Being in the dark like that.
So issue 2, the cat versus the bat here.
It's
And
not
I
a
do
bad
love
cover either. I mean, that's a
no,
good, nice looking cover.
it is. And I love part of we're gonna get into some more Catman, and I love the comedy in this still too. Like it's a very dark and just like almost horror-ish at times,
Right.
but it has a nice comedy mix. Like it's just a great balance this whole book. And so Batman's just looking out over, huh?
She wrote this.
Yes, Gail Simone wrote this
Okay.
whole. I think she wrote the whole 36 issue run of Volume 3.
Okay,
Like
cool.
she's written Secret Six for a lot, but
Yeah.
I really enjoy this.
Very nice.
And so Batman goes like, "I know you're there, Blake," and he just kind of comes out of the shadows.
Mhm.
And like they have this moment, and Catman's just kind of like, "Yeah, you might have been like this amazing detective, but I've always been a better tracker than you are." Like that's kind of my deal. Because he stops and he's able to just like, he sniffs like the air and stuff, and he's like, "Hold on, I'm smelling. Is there a Mexican food place in this building?" Like he like has like, well, I'm just saying like he has these smells, and he's just
Sure. Yeah.
as he's hunting down. He's like, it wasn't hard to track you down, and then he like goes on this whole story of like, you have all the people here in Gotham, and even like all the villains and crazies you go against fooled that you're like some mythical beast, like you're just above them, like but I see you for what you are, and I know kind of you're just a man like anybody else. Like that whole, he's like, I believe the myth a little bit, but not as much as they do. And they
Right.
have like this, kind of back and forth like fight between the two. Cause that's where he's like, he's coming here. He's like, so let's duke it out a bit. And he also tells him when he punches him, Bane says hello, by the way, which I kind of liked. We're going to cover, I don't know if we've talked about this. The first introduction to Bane, story wise, is like it make Bane look like just an amazing bad guy. I think now a lot of times with some of the other writing and the Batman Forever movie,
Mhm.
a lot of people just think of Bane as like this big muscly idiot, but
Right.
he's incredibly smart. Like his first appearance, he deduces that Batman is Bruce Wayne. And
Mm.
his plan to be able to like get Batman, we're going to cover this at some point in time, is he breaks everybody out of Arkham. He breaks them all out so that Batman has to like, oh, I got to take care of the Riddler. I got to take care of the Joker. I got to take care of Two-Face.
That makes
Like
total sense, honestly.
all in one night. And then he finally gets back to like his house to be like, oh, I've got it all fixed. Like, man, like I'm broken. I'm sick. And he shows up at Wayne Manor to see Bane there. And he's like, no, we've just gotten started, Batman. And that's where he breaks his back there is at Wayne Manor. Cause
Okay.
he
I
puts
didn't
Batman out. Yeah.
Wayne Manor. Yeah.
It was. So like Bane has always been a badass and has always been one of my favorite Batman villains. But they have a fight back and forth between
Damn
them.
football field.
Oh, on the roof?
Well, on the no, in the movie. Like
Oh,
in the
that's yeah.
damn football
Sorry.
field. That was pretty badass when
So
that guy's
okay.
running away and that football field starts
Tom
caving in.
Hardy's Bane is a lot better than
Oh
the
yeah.
Batman Forever Bane,
Oh yeah.
but I still think they shortchange him a little bit.
Sure.
Excuse me.
I don't know how
So,
you don't do that in a movie though. I mean you really have to dive deep.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
Really
for
do.
yeah, no. But so they're fighting back and forth, and Batman eventually tells them like, "I'm gonna shut your little Merc operation down permanently before you guys even go to like, break Tarantula out."
Mhm.
And Catman just kind of laughed, and he's like, "Better saddle up there, cowboy, because they're already in." Like, essentially, we find out I came here to distract you because they're already in the prison breaking her out, and so that's where we see the team that is flown to Alcatraz to break her out of the prison. They've also, I like this because it's all the villains. They have rented their vehicle that they're using from Black Manta, from the
That's what I was
Aquaman
gonna say.
villain. Yeah,
I actually like the Black Manta ship. Yeah, so I
yep,
guess it is.
it
Wow.
is. They have rented it to use to be able to bust her out here.
Weapon dog.
Um, they get to a point where they're like outside the wall, and Scandal Savage is like, "All right, Bane, throw me up there." And Ragdoll's like, "Hold on, this is the perfect thing for me." He's like, "May I ask you what your weight is, kindly?"
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, "You may use your pre-birthday weight too." And he goes, "But I'm 73 pounds." And she's just like,
73 pounds.
"Yeah." And she just sighs and she's just like, "Bane, throw Mr. Merkel, please." And then Bane's just like, it's my pleasure. And you just see him just chunk him up and he just kind of went
Yeah.
like goody as he flies up there.
It seems like a pain in the ass.
He kind of does, but
Yeah.
he's really good at like he's able to like get
Yeah.
the guards and like choke them out.
It's like
And
an
he even gives one of them like help with how to get blood stains out of their uniforms. He tells him, he's like, I found like a little baking soda will help with that. So he's very helpful in all this. We do get back to our big boss, Thero Jr., who has asked the twins to get him clothes. And then he turns around as he gets out and dresses. And Junior tells the twins, like, nobody's to touch them or to, like, every time he talks about it, he's like 10 million per head. And I want them to like just feel the worst torture imaginable. Like the kind of where you give them hope and then you take it away bit by bit. Like, he is very much just like, where's what? Yeah, no one touches them, any of them, until that traitorous bitch gets the card. Then the bounty is good. Like he's very right. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't care because they're like, what about the other like for 10 million ahead, man? Every merc out there is going to be like chasing after these guys. And that's where Junior's like, don't care about them, only care that she suffers by my hand and that I get the card back, is all he says. So he's very in this card.
I always liked go back one. I always liked when they do patterns like that on suits and stuff, how they just this is my favorite kind when they just lay it underneath the inking.
Mm-hmm.
They don't worry about the pattern following the muscles and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of there.
I like that too.
Also, they're wearing.
It's something small, but I also love down there at the bottom. It's like the blackness of him being behind them, kind of creeping into the panel there. Yeah. It's small things like that I always love.
Yeah, very nice.
So back to Batman and Catman fighting, and they go from like rooftop to rooftop, and Catman's finally just like, he's like, we're just dropping her off. Like I don't know why you're so upset about like there's this prisoner transport. Like he's gonna keep her safe. And Batman's like, no, he wants what she possesses. Like, and the second that he had, like, it's confirmed she has it, she's a dead woman. Like, y'all are essentially just delivering her to her death.
Sure.
And they're still like, don't know what it is. So Batman tells him, like, it's a piece of metal about the size of a playing card. And I'm telling you right now, Catman, even without the bounty on your team, Gotham record, by the way, of 10 million ahead, he goes, half the metahuman criminals on this planet would gladly go after you guys too to obtain it. And then Catman's like, don't tell me. He goes, that's why he's like, don't tell me you ordered takeout. I can't see you taking the Batmobile through a drive-through up at Taco Wiz somehow, which funny enough, Taco Wiz is another DC restaurant. It's their Taco Bell.
Okay.
Wonder Woman in the early 90s worked at Taco Wiz for a little bit.
I seem to remember her working at a taco place. Like, I think you've shown me that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Taco Wiz. So, and like, so Catman's too concerned with takeout, and Batman's like, don't worry about the food, you idiot. Like, are you even listening to me? You walk in there and you're dead. Like, I'm trying to save your wasted life. Like, Batman's just trying to.
Yeah.
And then he's like, here's a thought though. Like, why not save someone who wants saving then, is what Catman tells them as they go back to fighting. So they're dressed up as guards. They go to try to steal Tarantula out of her cell. She doesn't want to leave, obviously.
Looking guards.
Huh? Yeah, they're very much. And Tarantula doesn't want to leave. Like, why would she want to leave her prison cell? Like, they're obviously there to kind of kidnap her to take her back.
Yeah.
Well, we see that one of the inmates, all the inmates have these collars around their neck. So if they leave the jail, it's an immediate boom. Just
pull their head off. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one metahuman doesn't, and it looks like he's helping the guards, and it's just big mammoth, I think is his name, of a guy. So they run into a problem, like bullets aren't stopping them, like they can't really stop the guy. And he is like taking them out. And I do love, this is the first time we get it. Like they all tell Bane to essentially like use his venom to like Hulk up to like battle the guy. And Bane's like, no, like I'm not doing that anymore. Like that stuff's addictive. Like it was ruining my body. And Ragdoll's like, oh, great. You just picked the perfect time to tell us then now. But Bane does still take a pipe and just boom, right between the legs. It just still gets him as a mammoth goes down.
Pick the wrong.
And they were worried. Yeah, they were worried like, oh, our plan's not going through. And Scandal tells them, I planned for this. and she types something in like on her remote or on the phone, and the black Mana vehicle slams through the side of the prison, takes out Mammoth, and they're able to escape out through there. So Batman then tells them, we cut back to
The thing from Black Man.
I'm assuming they paid him money.
It's insane.
It is,
Like,
but I think it's kind of funny.
Universe where like the bad guys are like, yeah, I'm not using it this weekend.
Exactly.
You want to give me $100 and use it? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it might be more than 100, but still.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
$100 and a courtside seat to the Lakers. You think Black Man is probably a Lakers fan?
I think that's worth way less than $100.
Oh, probably. And so Catman there tells him like, why do you even care like what happens to us, Batman? And Batman tells him like, I thought you knew me, right? And better than I know myself or than anybody else does. I thought that you saw me more clearly, and you would know then that I don't care like just what happens to people. Like I care about what happens to everybody. Like It's not just a you type thing. And he goes, and whether that card is real or not, enough meta killers will believe that it's legit to essentially make Gotham a war zone. So I have to care about the people here in all of this. Just leave it be. Like, don't, make it happen. Oh, and then he goes, and Batman tells him like, and I'll use whatever it takes to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Like Gotham turning into a war zone, even if that means you spending a few months in the hospital, so be it. And then he ends Batman as he's punching him. He goes, I had a burrito as he like punches him from the, the food talk at the beginning.
Yeah. Taco Whiz.
And they're like, all right, enough is whatever. He goes like, my partners are either successful or they're dead now. Someday one of us is going to kill the other one in this, like, these fights like this. And I felt that since the first time we met, but man, somehow I can't see you eating a burrito on duty. It humanizes you. Not sure I like that is what Catman tells him. Yeah. And then Batman's like, don't play the fool. Like, I never believed it. Even when you had the rest of the world convinced. Huntress says you're conflicted, but there's still a chance for you, like, to be something. And Catman's just like, man, I don't know about that. I let you win, is what he says as he leaves. And Batman goes, yeah, if you say so. Like, it's a moment of, he's like, I let you win. And Batman's like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, as they go to leave. And we go back then as we end issue 2 here to see the twins kind of introduce the boss to everybody there. And he tells them like, a woman worked for me, used to be a Fed, took something from me, a card, want it back. Want her to apologize through tears and blood, mostly blood. Woman has escorts. Make them pay for helping her. Was it message to others? Stake them out in the sun. Cut them open. Make them drink battery acid. Fill their eyes with razors. Like, just throwing things out there. Break them and molest them and stab them and burn them. Fill them with hope and take that hope away cruelly. Do this for me. Money will be paid for each drop of agony they suffer. And then you see somebody go, well, hey, what can I say? This man makes a nice pitch, and you see it as nothing but villains. Just, thrown out there in front.
So why is Mr. Terrific there?
Oh, the T-Fate? That's not... I saw that too, and I don't think that is Mr. Terrific, but I don't know who it is at the time. Maybe somebody stole his technology or something.
Yeah.
And that takes us to the last issue we're going to cover. Yeah, there's King Shark there. We're going to cover King Shark more here lately too. I read his first appearance in Superboy. That's where King Shark appears first. Did you know?
Really?
Yeah.
How weird.
So we're going to with issue 3 here. This is the last one we have. But I want you to guess, and I've left it at the halfway. Like it's a 6-issue arc, the first story.
Yeah.
Or do you have an idea of what's on the card? Or what this thing is that they're after?
No, I don't. Not really.
Okay. So, I do love the picture of like them all hitchhiking. I thought it was just what they're like playing over there and flames in the background. So they get Tarantula out on like this plane that they've kidnapped, and they kind of start questioning like everything. Like the Catman starts questioning, like, do we know who we're working for? Like Batman has created a little bit of doubt in his head.
Right. Sure.
And so they're having all this conversation there, to which Scandal brings up, like, you want to have this conversation here in the open, this middle air? Like, we need to get out of here. Like, us staying here is just allowing people to see what we're up to. And Catman's just like, no, like this crew, it's like, a rich person owns it. They know just to like do the work and be quiet. They're not going to pay attention.
Right.
And we see a cut, like as he says that, of the crew already killed and stuffed into lockers. So obviously there's somebody else there.
Okay.
Tarantula obviously doesn't want to go.
I really like Tarantula's look.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do like that spider look there. Yeah.
I like the eyes, not being able to see through them and all that kind of stuff.
I like wide eyes. Like I like when Batman has it too. I don't know how you would do it in live action, but like in animation and in the comics, I do love it when he has wide eyes. So they end up leaving. They get on the plane. Like, I am skimming over some of the the bigger things that are going on. Please go read this. It was really good. It was really enjoyable, and I didn't want to put it down. I was also, while I was reading this, I was making the world's best cupcakes last night. So
the world's best cupcakes,
dude, they're so good, Mike.
really.
I got a recipe and I'll bring you one. I'll bring one with me to work this week. They're chocolate, and I iced them two different. I have one with, I did like just a chocolate. This is cooking with Zach, like a chocolate, like fudgy ganache type icing.
Yeah.
And then the other one I did a peanut butter buttercream type icing.
Very nice.
Are you not a big fan of either of those? I thought you enjoyed chocolate.
The ganache should be great. Yeah, the peanut butter not so much.
Okay. You don't like peanut butter. Well, I don't know which one I'll bring.
Like peanut butter okay. I think that peanut butter is overused.
I think you were a liar, sir. So
okay, that's fine.
But
lying about my preferences.
You are.
Sure.
As they leave, we do see like people unzipping. We see that crew that they were killed, it was the villains that were already out to try to get the bounty. One of them's Cheetah. I forget this guy's name. He controls weather and electricity, but I can't think of his name right now.
He's the weatherman.
He's the weatherman. But like they call the boss and tells him like, hey, they're leaving. Like, do you want us to follow them? And you want to go ahead and take them out? And Junior tells him not to touch, to follow, not to touch. And then, the main bad guy's just like, look, I know you scare everybody, Junior. I get it. You got the guys in Arkham like peeing their pants, man. But if I lose this bounty because you put the leash on, well, and then Junior comes back and goes, I need to explain, because I enjoyed the bad guy too. Like, all this point, it's like, you and he goes, you and me, we're gonna have a little dance, boss. And he goes, yes, dance. And he's like on a payphone, and there's a woman outside like harassing him while he's on the payphone, like to hurry up. But Junior tells the weatherman here, then make a hammock out of your entrails, keep you alive while I nap, tongue out, of course.
Jesus,
quiet is important. And then like, so he's just sitting there, and like, so somebody else is like yelling like, dude, come on, I need to use the phone. And he's so, to follow and find the card you will be tempted to take, do not. And the guy's like, okay, I don't want it, man. All I want's the money. Like, hell, I don't even believe in the car. And the guy goes like, good, continue disbelief. And the phone that's the woman. The woman's like, this phone booth is public property. Like, my pimps paid taxes on it. You don't need to like take it all up. And Junior just reaches out and just like grabs her face to silence her. And he goes, we are clear. We have understanding. Good. And he completely rips her head off of her body.
Turns it upside down.
And turns it upside down as he's just holding it there. And goes, good. Already owns several hammocks is what he like tells them when he like leaves. They do know Tarantula had told them where to find the card that they need. So that's where they're going to pick it up. When they're there, they're kind of asking like, hey, what's on this card? And so Tarantula gives her backstory for this, of how like when she worked at the FBI, there was a guy that was named Cancer Johnny that they used as a informant. Well, he goes, they called Cancer Johnny because he was always in and out of remission till he wasn't so much in anymore as out,
Yeah.
But so Johnny has told the FBI like, this guy Junior, like, again, runs the entire West Coast with just a phone and a notepad. Like, he's done these terrible things. Like, you got to get rid of him. Like, you got to catch him. And they said that he like fought long enough just to tell them where they could find him. And when they busted in, they were 3 minutes too late and he was gone. There was nothing there. And he was like, and I didn't believe the stories he told about him until like I saw there and I saw just like the box and I saw the phone. And then for some reason it felt like, okay, maybe he's right about all this. It says, so then I went like a little bit more undercover and like I wanted to know like what had scared the Gotham mobs to death from over like 3,000 miles away. Like why everybody was still so afraid of this guy.
Right.
And he goes, that's where I met a junior's accountant. And he was supposed to be a genius. Ira Benjamin Shelton was his name.
So that's the guy with the ponytail from the original.
Ponytail there. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And so that's where she met him. So you see, he stole, but it was with her being undercover. Like it's tying all that part together. And so like Floyd's like, I love how he's telling this story and he's driving and Deadshot goes, hey, not that your life's confession isn't fascinating and all, but you all want to shut up here for a minute. Like the Catman fell asleep. I was like, not like that. And we do see like this callback that I'm sure like more will come to, but we see him over in Africa where he's like discovered they have killed and like skinned all these cats. And he's killed some of them, but there's 2 guys that he's left to live and they've begged for their lives. And he tells, they were like, please don't kill us. He's like, no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to mark you. And he like blindfolds them with bear traps just all around them to like walk away. And we see like they take a step and a guy scream out in agony. And then he tells the other guy that it's your turn. And he finally like wakes up from the nap. And Lawton's like, oh, or Deadshot's like, what were you dreaming of? Like calico hookers all dressed in yarn, I bet. And Catman's just like, yeah, something like that.
Calico.
Yeah, they get to the house to find what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They're in the safe. There's some dissension between the villains already.
Do we find out what's on the card?
That's what I did. I took us all the way up to where we find out because I thought you would want to know.
Yeah, I want to know what's on the card.
Yeah. What's on the card? It's so they do and they find it, and it's like this little like it's in the safe there that they pull out, and Scandal's looking at it and is like, what are our Catman's like, what is that, Latin? And Scandal goes, no, I can read Latin. It's not Latin. Like they're trying to figure out what this is. And so Deadshot like puts his gun up to kind of her head and he's like, so some little smart missy is going to tell me what it is, right? And Trench is like, I can't. And Deadshot's like, come on, girl, there's a gun to your head, like you can tell me. And Trench is like, no, I can't. And that's where we see off panel, perhaps I may offer some assistance. And Cheetah has left the group and she's inside the house.
Oh, wow.
And she essentially tells him like, there's more villains outside. Even if you got past us, they're not going to stop. Like, give me the card and I can hold everybody else off and you guys can just get out of here free. Right? You don't have to worry about it. Well, they don't like that idea. And so they have a nice little fight with Cheetah.
You talk about a character that got mishandled. Cheetah?
Yeah.
The Woman movie? Oh my God. Such a good person doing it too. And it
was Kristen Wiig would have been, yes. Anyway, so they go in there and they talk about like the guys, like if she scoots with the damn card, I'll find her no matter where she goes. And the other guy's like, but what about you said that you didn't care about the card? You were only in it for the money. And he's like, yeah, I lied, man. He's like, I don't care even a little about the money. Do you know how many buildings I've burned? How many people I've melted? That's what he tells them.
Wow.
Do you have an idea?
No, I really don't. I still don't, unless it's like, Superman's DNA or something on it.
I'm trying to think of how I can and make you think about this. Think on I feel like that's going to give it away. On a theological level.
Oh, okay.
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 So, they have their fight with Cheetah and our weatherman shows up, which I really should have. I don't know why I cannot remember his name. I could have looked it up here. I mean, we're almost done with the episode of this one.
Oh, I'm going to look it up.
And so when he shows up, he's like, all right, who dies all lit up like a Christmas tree? Who has the card? And Catman and Deadshot both look at each other and then they look back at him and goes, Cheetah's got it. Like,
yeah.
Cheetah's got it.
Electro. It's Electro.
That's not Electro. Electro
It
was
says
in.
it's Electro.
Hold on. I thought Electro was in.
Well, weather-based villains like DC's Weather Wizard are often compared to Electro in fan discussion. Electro's powers.
Yeah, I think it might be Weather Wizard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hold on.
Weather Wizard versus the Sinister Six is something from this year, so I'm assuming it is Weather Wizard. No, different too. I don't know.
I don't know. No, it's not Weather Wizard. He's not. Hold on. This is lovely. I should have done this beforehand.
This is called research that we're doing in real
That I usually do beforehand.
This is for our fans.
It is here. No, I'll have it in just like 2 seconds. It is Bolt.
Bolt. Okay.
There we go.
I like Weather better.
Yeah, I do too. But I do, like I was telling you, the comedy. So like he's there, like, who has the damn card? Catman and Deadshot look at each other and just go, Cheetah's got it. And so Bolt takes off to Cheetah. He's like, you lying slut. And she's like, why did you call me? And so the villains are fighting each other now.
Well, yeah, it can't be Electro because that's Marvel, right?
It is Marvel. Yeah. That's a Spider-Man one. Yeah, but so like they're fighting each other. Like, you see what I mean? Like the little
Yeah.
And so like
that's one thing you're always going to get out of this villain stuff. They're always going to fight each other.
Yeah, and so they two go back and forth. Here's what I loved. So like they crash out of the house fighting. They don't have a vehicle to leave in because Bolt has like blown up the limo while they were there. So they steal horses from the place that they're at, right? No, here. So I love this. So you turn the page and you see them all riding like very like gallantly, and the next panel is like, okay, hang on, we've got to ditch the horses. We're way too obvious. Like I read that last night and I was like, okay, that's good. That is really funny. Because I just loved like reading it. He's like just really here, and they're just all like, I played it out in my head of that, just like slowly stopping, like, yeah, we're way too obvious. So they get off and they're finally like, all right, Miss Flores, that's Tarantula's actual name. Oh, my battery's running low. Hold on. I thought I was plugged in, but I wasn't.
You need a Snickers.
There we go. Okay. So they're like, all right, Miss Flores, like Cheetah said dozens, maybe hundreds of metas could be coming after us, like for this card. I don't want to die without knowing at least why I'm dying. Like threats didn't work, so I'm asking what's on the card, Miss Flores, like please. And she just kind of stares and she goes, Naren made it. It was forged in the underworld, Catman. The only one of its kind in all of human history. She goes, it's worth more the hemisphere than this whole hemisphere to some people. That's why we're dead. They'll never stop trying for it. Oh, there we go.
Spanking?
No, I don't know what that was.
Go back. Spanking Shakespeare. Have you spanked Shakespeare today?
I don't know what that was. I have no clue what that ad was in there. I think it was
one more time.
No.
One more time. Come on.
It had to be from the scan this is from.
I'm going to read that one sentence. One popularly challenged boy's journey to self-respect and finding a date.
Great. There you go. I guess it was a book.
Spanking Shakespeare.
Yeah, and so it ends with the scandal goes, but Naren, you mean the devil made this card? This card right here in my hand? And that's where she goes, I do. And he did. And Catman goes, Tarantula, Miss Flores, the writing, what does the writing on the card say then? And that's where she tells him it's Aramaic. It says, get out of hell free.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
And so that's where it ends, issue 3. And that's where we're going to end our issue. Our episode. A get out of hell free card. There's a part, I thought it was in issue 3 when I read, but maybe it was in issue 4. There's a part where like Junior, like, cause he's still after them and he doesn't have the card. And like, he stops at a Catholic at a church to take confession.
Yeah.
And he like says like, I've done all these things, absolve me. And like the priest is just like, that's not how this works. Like you have to promise not to do that again. You have to repent. And he's just like, not repenting. And then so the priest is just like, you're going to kill me, aren't you? And he just goes, yes. And then the priest just, it's a really great scene. The priest just goes, I forgive you. And then he straight up does. But
But he got forgave before he killed him. Wow.
He did. It was, but still, it's a really, dude. The whole, I'm telling you, go check it out. I enjoyed seeing, or the little bit of a twist then of who the villain ends up being.
Who Junior is?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. You're not gonna
I'll
tell
tell.
me.
I'm not gonna say it on the episode. No, go read it. Go read Gail Simone's work. That's what part of this was for. So
I thought that's what this show was for.
it is. It's to get you to read more comics.
Ah,
That's what it is.
Right. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all as always for taking the time out to watch, to comment, to listen. We have some really fun stuff coming up. We're going to have some guests in the future. That's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to a lot of things we're working on. I'm still working on the radio stuff. I just got to turn them into scripts so we can start working on those. I'm also still, just so Mike knows, I'm working on our kids book. I have the idea. I just got to write it down now and stuff. But
very nice.
so we're still working on everything.
People know about that.
Huh? Oh, they don't. Well, I was gonna wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just exposed it. I mean, what do you know?
They don't know what it's about. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you don't
That was
have to
more
tell
for
me
Mike.
about. I'm just saying we're working on a kids book.
We are
Yeah.
working on a kids book.
Illustrate it. You're doing the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll be the first kind of thing I get to do like this. But so we have some fun things down the pipe. What is it?
Up your pipe.
And smoke it. So thank you guys. This is what I know I need to tap out.
I don't even know what
I don't know either. Thank you guys. Make sure to check out all the other great podcasts on the Rogue Media Network family of podcasts.
RogueMediaNetwork.com.
And stay before I close this out, Bitch Planet later this week. I'm gonna still mic sometime during the week for us to record that one. So we'll just find a way to do that. But we have that coming up too. For our month. I keep putting it off. It's just because it's fantastic and just trying to squeeze everything in. But you can look forward to that. I really enjoy Kelly Sue DeConnick's work, who we're covering next week then too. But also then, good.
I was gonna say, if you are a comic book artist or a comic book writer, or you know of somebody who is, even if it's an independent, you've only got one out,
absolutely,
would love to talk to you.
You know what? Let me share something that I've seen, and I need. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm always down to do that.
Yeah.
Let me share a little tidbit just because you made me think of it.
Okay.
I saw, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. And we need to get him back on. I'm sure if I asked him, he absolutely would. I saw that our friend of the show, I can say that, right? Friend of the show, T.S. Luther.
Yeah.
Issue 3 of The Digger, I think, is about to come out soon. That they're working on a second printing of issue 1 because it sold out everywhere, and I think the second one did too. I saw a video he released on TikTok that usually, after the first issues, like it kind of goes down, but he saw an uptake for issue 3, which doesn't surprise me because it's a fantastic story. So
they found him on our show.
Yeah. Huh?
I said it's probably because they found him on our show. I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, that's probably it. Or he's incredibly talented and he's put together a really good comic. But it's just good to see people that we've been able to talk to, like, see some success and stuff. And I'm really happy for him. So go check that out too if you haven't yet.
I'm happy to launch anybody into the stratosphere.
We will absolutely do that.
I'll help you. Sure.
Yeah, we will. But thank you guys as always. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Golly con indeed.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.